Hey, this is Dustin, and in today's video, I'm going to go through everything related to advertising, paid advertising research inside of SEMrush. For an example, I'm going to use Wayfair.com, almost like the Amazon of online furniture purchasing. So let's dive in. Navigate to your SEMrush account, and some of these features may be limited due to the level of access you have or the level of paid account you have. So just note that when you're watching this video. So in the positions report, you'll be able to see every keyword, landing page URL that a domain is ranking for with their paid ads on Google AdWords. At the top of the report, you'll see that the number of paid keywords the domain is bidding on, the estimated traffic here, and then the estimated traffic cost. So remember the word estimation. There's no way that SEMrush can actually go into a person's Google AdWords account, so it's definitely an estimation. Just remember that when you're doing the analysis. Below the graph here, you can see there is a report containing all of the keywords that this queried domain is bidding on. You can also see the position, the search volume, and the cost per click URL, and more for each keyword. You can also hover over this little yellow ad CTA right here to kind of see the ad that is associated with that keyword. Note here you can also do some pretty in-depth filtering right here by clicking on Advanced Filters. It can really be an excellent way to narrow a specific list of low cost or low competition keywords that will be valuable to add to a PPC campaign, or just give you general insight on what's happening with this URL and what they're bidding on. There's also a way to view in the US database. You can choose to see a mobile report, mobile only, in addition to the desktop report. Just click on mobile here and you can see pretty much very similar data that mirrors the desktop report, but it's going to be mobile only. So that's pretty cool. The other section is the position changes report. So basically it just shows you valuable data on how this URL is performing lately with their paid ads and bids for specific keywords. It gives you insight if they're making some changes or if they've had some successes or failures with specific advertising campaigns. So for example, if you see a lot of new, maybe they're trying out new campaigns, or if you see a lot of lost, which is indicated in red, that may be an indicator that they aren't doing well or they're ditching some campaigns. So it might give you some insight as to what you should do with your campaigns. And the same with previous reports. You can scroll down to the keyword granular graph here, and this is specifically is the new list of keywords. And again, you can hover your mouse over to see the ad, and then toggle and use the advanced filters to hone in on specific keywords or groups of keywords that you'd like to analyze. I always like to toggle the volume to make sure that the volume is the highest at the top, so you can see what keywords they are newly bidding on that have the highest volume. It may give you some instant insight as to things that you should focus on as a company. You also want to take note of the improved and declined reports. So this is kind of an indicator of quality score. So if you look at the declined or position difference here, you can see for area rugs, this ad over the last month has dropped 3 positions. So this might be an indicator that their landing page for area rugs was updated, or in Google's eyes doesn't seem to be as relevant as it was before. So again, you can get some insight from this and some opportunities for you as an agency or for yourself as a business. If you toggle over to the competitors tab under advertising research, you can see a lot of different data regarding the competitors on the paid front related to your domain that you're tracking. So it also allows you to discover all the other websites that are competing with your domain on Google AdWords. And you can also notice that there will be same keywords, traffic, and traffic cost metrics displayed at the top of the report that are very similar to all the other reports that you'll look at under advertising research. And this graph right here that shows up is basically the plotting out of a domain's competitors based off the common keywords and the total amount of ad keywords that they're paying for. So the comps will be plotted out in the graph by paid keywords and paid search traffic. And below will be all of the comps listed out, drilled down by the competition level here. This metric right here is based off the total number of keywords that a domain is bidding on and the number of shared keywords that it has in common with the query domain. One of my favorite reports is the ad copies reports under advertising research, and this will basically just give you a snapshot of all the different ads visually that are on Google AdWords, and it's segmented by the amount of keywords. So specifically for this ad right here, there's 3,100 keywords that they're bidding on related to this ad, and you can toggle between ascending and descending number of keywords. You can also click on the blue link here and it'll pop open the actual landing page that's associated with it. Also, if you wanted to export all of these keywords associated with one of these ads, just click on this little drop down here and you'll see the export button at the top right. And as always, there's a mobile version of this report too. Another really cool tool is the ad history report under advertising research, and it basically is another way for users to get the ability to see all the keywords that a domain purchased in the last year. It's another great way to study your comps and see their advertising habits over the past 12 months. You can see it's kind of in like a calendar format, 2017 right here. So for the keyword Wayfair furniture, in January, they ranked number 4, 8th position, 8th position, 5th position. And if you click on it, it brings up the ad copy, and you can see what the CPC was. You can also see if they've changed some of the verbiage as well. So if you see big jumps in, like if this was like a 1 and that's 8, and that's back to 1, you might want to look to see what kind of ad copy they changed from and to. It might give you some insight on copy to change for your keywords and your groups. So if you click on any of these keywords on the left hand side, you'll be taken to a keyword analytics history report, which is similar to kind of what you saw before. But instead of displaying all the keywords that a domain was found advertising on, like other reports, it displays all the different domains that were found ranking on that specific keyword. So it's kind of a good way to identify a domain's comps in paid search. So for the keyword headboards, over time, you can kind of see all the comps here related to Wayfair that were bidding on that keyword over time. Like for example, JCPenney in February and March. Let's click on that. That's their ad copy right there. And you can click on over to their landing pages as well. And then lastly, you see the URL report under advertising research. So if there was an e-commerce site or a specific URL, like a landing page that you wanted to analyze separately, you can do so here. And it's very similar to the positions report. And it's pretty self-explanatory if you followed along the previous tools. So basically you'll see all the different keywords that are associated, being paid for, or bidded on, associated with that specific URL. And you can click on the ads and see more information there. One cool thing, you could also see these two, this graph here. You can see the domain, all the domain other URLs, and then you can see how it compares to this specific URL. So the / products, it represents a very small percentage when it comes to the paid traffic. If you have any more information, feel free to email me at the information below. Thanks.